See, in the earlier class, we were discussing about how to use a Smith chart for different applications and how to find different transmission line parameters that we were looking. Because without using a Smith chart to calculate these parameters like reflection coefficient, VSWR, Z maxima, Z minima, or impedance at any point over a transmission line, these are difficult, okay, because they need mathematical equations and they are associated with the complex numbers, so automatically that takes time to do the mathematical calculations. Instead of that, we can make use of Smith chart to find the parameters, okay, like VSWR, reflection coefficient, all those things. Okay, so today we will see how to find a reflection coefficient, VSWR, and V minima, maxima, or Z maxima, Z minima on the transmission line. So, as we were discussing in the earlier classes, as we move over a transmission line, okay, so like this, if you move over a transmission line starting from the load point, if you move towards the generator like this, we are coming across the impedance variation. Impedance take some maximum value at some particular point and decreases, and it may reach as a minimum value, and like that it values varies, that we studied in the previous classes. So what is the minimum value, what is the maximum value of impedance over a transmission line? Okay, and also it repeats every lambda by 2 distance, that impedance. Okay, and if you are at a particular distance from the transmission, from the load point, what is the impedance? Okay, or also you can, what is the impedance at a maxima position, see, like and what distance that maxima is from the load. See here, as we move like this, as from here, this is a voltage variation. This is the voltage variation. As we move like this, we are coming across first maxima here. Maxima comes first. Okay, as we move like this, and automatically at x1 we are observing a maxima, and at that position maximum impedance is there. And as we move further, impedance decreases, and it will take a minimum value at x2. Okay, but that depends upon the load ZL. Okay, it depends upon the load ZL. If minima may come first or maxima may come first, see, as we travel like this over the transmission line towards the generator, you may come across a minima first time. See, this is a maxima we are coming first time here in this particular load. Afterwards we are finding a minima. But for some problems, it may be voltage waveform may be like this instead of current waveform. See, so if, for example, if this is a current wave, voltage waveform, then what we can see, we are coming across minima first, afterwards maxima comes, like that. Okay, if voltage and current waveform interchanges for a particular load, okay, then what happens, if it is a voltage waveform, we are coming, as we move like this, first we are coming across the minima, afterwards maxima comes, like that. The value of as we travel like this, we may come across a minimas or maximas. The minima may first appear or maxima may first appear, that depends upon the load here, ZL. Okay, so that is there here, and for a given load there is a reflection coefficient. Okay, there is a reflected wave, and the reflection is there, that is called as reflection coefficient. That reflection coefficient depends upon the load value, so that sorry, here. Okay, reflection coefficient to 2. This depends upon the load ZL minus Z0 divided by ZL plus Z0. That is the reflection coefficient. Depends upon the load value. Okay, so that we know, we have to do, we should do ZL minus Z0 divided by ZL plus Z0 to get a value of this reflection coefficient. Okay, but instead of doing that, because again ZL and Z0 is complex. If you take ZL and Z0, if they are complex, then what happens, we have to go for complex mathematics, complex multiplication, addition, division, all those things, so we have to do, because that is the reflection coefficient is it depends upon the ZL and Z naught. Okay, so complex multiplication, addition and all those things we have to do. Finally we have to left with this value tau. What is that tau? It has a magnitude, is a complex again, it has a magnitude and a phase angle. Okay, pi. But as I said, using mathematics it is a little bit time taking. Okay, to avoid that, what we can do that from the Smith chart here. This is a Smith chart here. Okay, for any load, given load, if a load is given, like any load is given, you take a load to obtain the reflection coefficient without using a mathematical equation. To obtain the reflection coefficient, what we can do, we have to mark the load again on the Smith chart. See, like this. For example, this is a load given. Okay, 70 plus J30 is given. Okay, this we want to find out what is the reflection coefficient. Z0 is given, ZL is given. Okay, to find out the reflection coefficient for this particular load, what from the Smith chart, what we have to do, we have to mark this load on the Smith chart. That to mark it, what we have to do, we should normalize this with a 50. We will be getting this value 1.4 plus j 0.5, because this is 50, 70 divided by 50, 30 divided by 50. You will be getting this value 1.4 plus j 0.6. Okay, you mark it on the normalized load. We mark it on the Smith chart. This is a marking. Okay, in the previous class also we took this as an example. Okay, to draw the VSWR circle. So now if you mark now this is a load here. Okay, now to find the reflection coefficient, associated reflection coefficient, what we have to do, see, you draw a line from the center of the Smith chart. This is the center of the Smith chart. Okay, from the center of the Smith chart, draw a line to the R is equal to 0 circle. See, this is a R is equal to okay, R is equal to 0 circle. This is R is equal to 0 circle here. From the center of the Smith chart to anywhere, simply you draw a line from here to the R is equal to 0 circle. This is a R is equal to 0 circle. Okay, we measure this distance OP. I marked here from the center I took as a O, and this is a point P. We measure this distance using scale. I told you to take a printout of this Smith chart. Okay, all of you must take the printout and you should practice, because for the quiz and test you should use the one, and you have to do on the Smith chart. You have to scan and you have to upload that. Okay, that's why all of you must take. Be serious. I think many of you are not serious. Okay, about what we are saying. So you mark the load first, like this. Okay, this is the load point here. Okay, you can draw the VSWR circle. I told already how to draw. This is a VSWR circle. Take a radius as OP and draw the VSWR circle. Okay. So now, and also I told in the previous class, this is a VSWR. We can find out from the Smith chart S value, VSWR value. VSWR value is nothing but it is equal to the Z maxima. Whatever the Z maxima is there, that is a VSWR value. Okay. So I told you this, what is this Z maxima, how do we get a Z maxima here? Okay, we will see first reflection coefficient. Okay, this is a VSWR circle we have drawn. I told it already how to draw VSWR circle. Okay, and this is a OP. OP means from the center of the Smith chart to the point or load point, we have drawn a line. Okay, this arrow, whichever red color I have shown. Okay, that is 1 year. Or point is this, load point is this. This is the load point, that is ZL 1.4, 0.6, intersection of 1.4 resistance circle and 0.6 reactance circle. So 1.4 is the resistance value here. Okay, reactance value is 0.6. Okay, that intersection is this point. Okay, that is our load point. Okay, now this is a OP is a distance from here, center of the Smith chart to the load point. Okay, so now to find the reflection coefficient, what we have to do, you measure this distance from the center of the Smith chart to load point, that is OA. You measure this distance. Okay, you take it in the numerator and measure the distance from the center of the Smith chart to the outer circle of this Smith chart, that is here, zero circle. Zero circle is there. You again draw a line from here to here, or measure the distance using scale. Use a scale. How many centimeters in your Smith chart? You are using a hard copy. In the hard copy of a Smith chart, you put a scale. Measure the distance from center of the Smith chart to this point. That is any point you can take, outer circle here. This r is equal to 0 circle. Measure the distance. That is a OP here. Okay. OP. Okay. To find the magnitude of this reflection coefficient, see, reflection coefficient has a magnitude and a phase here. Okay, to find the reflection coefficient magnitude part, what we have to do, you draw a line from center of the Smith chart to point P. Okay, see, many of you are joining late and also leaving, it make a disturbance, so please all of you join in time. Simply it is making sound for me, joining, leaving, don't do that in between. I am getting here who are leaving, I will mark and I will send you the list. Don't do that, it's the center. Hello? Audible? Hello? Is it audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, mark, take a distance, measure the distance from center of the Smith chart to this load point, that is OA. You take a ratio of OA divided by OP. OP means is what? This is from the center of the Smith chart to this circle. R is equal to 0 circle. OP. You measure using scale. How many centimeters it is? It is in centimeter only. Okay. You put it OP. Okay. You measure the distance again from here to load point. Okay. What is the OA? Okay. Centimeters again. It take a ratio that gives the magnitude of this reflection coefficient. Okay. And angle. Okay, any load, for any load it is given, you have to do that. Actually, one more method is there, that is using radial scale. Okay, there is a radial scale in the bottom of the Smith chart, that I will tell you later, because that needs a dropping a line from load point to the radial circle. Sometimes if a line is inclined, then it is difficult to identify a correct value. That's why I am telling this method. Okay. Just draw a line from center of the Smith chart to load point, measure how many centimeters. Similarly, measure the how many centimeter it is from load center of the Smith chart to this R is equal to 0 circle, like a OP here I have marked. Take a ratio that gives the magnitude of this reflection coefficient. And to find the phase angle, it is a complex number. What we have to do? Load point we have marked here. This is the, from here you extend the line. See, they is the same from the load here. Okay, center of the Smith chart you extend like this. Okay, it cuts the one more numbers are written here, is a 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, like this. Okay, this is a reflection coefficient angle. Reflection coefficient angle, this scale is whatever written, see this one. Okay, so this is okay, this is a wavelength scale here. See, this is a wavelength scale towards the generator. This is a wavelength scale. Okay, this is some number. This is for towards the generator. That is one more. There, see, a wavelength towards the generator. Like this, we have to move this scale and this scale. They are for distance measurement. This one. This is if you move towards the load. Okay, this is the marking here. Okay, measure the distance. And this is for towards the generator. If you move towards the generator to measure the distance, this upper scale we have to use. All out of this, above and below there are readings. Above readings are for towards the generator, below readings are for towards the load. Okay, but one more line is there. You see, one more here. Leave that. But one more marking line is there. You see, this is a scale. Some marking is there. Here numbers written 50, 60, 70. See, starting by 20, somewhere 10 is there here, 10, 0 here, starting from 0, okay, 0, 10, plus 10, plus 10, plus 20, plus 30, 40, 50, 60, like that. Okay, you come like this. See, this is a up to 180. Whenever you come to this side, it will be 180 degree. This is a angle of reflection coefficient. Okay, this number whatever is written here, angle of reflection coefficient. Okay, above part is, see, if you move above like this, it increases starting from 0. Okay, 0, 10, 20, 30 like that. Okay, and that is angle of reflection coefficient we can measure from this scale. Now for this example, our load is this. Okay, for this load you extend the line, this line, whatever the arrow, you extend it. It cuts that angle reflection coefficient angle scale somewhere. You see here it is cutting here. It is cutting here 40, some little bit behind that. Okay, little bit away, ahead. Okay, 40, and here it is. So if 50 here, this is a 40 here, 40, 50. Okay, and each division here 2 degrees, 2 degree, 2 degree, 2 means 42, 44, 46, 48, 50. So it is in the first division next to the 40. So it is a 42 degrees. The angle is pi a. Pi a is equal to 42 degree. Okay, because it is a 40, and there are 5 divisions are there from here to here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, each division represents 2 degrees. So we have to measure from here 0 degree. Here it is a 0 degree. We should measure from 0 degree. It is like 20, 30, 40. So here it is away from next to the 40 at first division. So it is a 42. Okay, so like that we can measure the angle of reflection coefficient from the Smith chart. It is easy to do. Okay, instead of doing that complex multiplication, division, and all those things. Okay, so how to find? So we can find like that. We can find the angle of reflection coefficient and the magnitude of the reflection coefficient. Okay, so how to find the magnitude of a reflection coefficient? So tau is a complex number. It has a magnitude and a phase. So to find a magnitude, we should measure the distance from center of the Smith chart to load point. Okay, that is OA here, and measure the distance from center of the Smith chart to this outer circle. Okay, here, don't go here. Okay, don't go here, up to this. Measure the distance in the scale using on your hard copy. Okay, how many centimeters from here to here. Take a ratio that gives the reflection coefficient magnitude. So to okay, that is the magnitude of this. To find the phase, you have to do, you extend the line passing through the load point to the reflection coefficient angle scale. So this is a reflection coefficient angle scale. Okay, it cuts the one somewhere. You note down what is the reading there. Okay, that gives the angle of reflection coefficient, this pi a. Okay, I have not written here because I don't know the scale. I cannot use on the software here, on the system here. Okay, all of you must do it in your hard copy. Okay, take a hard copy and measure it. Okay, that is a reflection coefficient. Okay, like that we can easily measure. Just a minute. Okay. Hello. ಏನಪ್ಪ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಇದೆ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಹಲೋ ಹಲೋ ಆಡಿಬಲ್ ಹಲೋ ಆಡಿಬಲ್ Hello, is it audible? Hello, is it audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. You see, okay, you got it now, how to do the angle and reflection coefficient, magnitude and angle. Okay, this is a way you can easily do this, okay, from the Smith chart instead of that mathematical equations. Okay, so this is for this load, particular load, 70 plus J30. Z0 is equal to 50 ohm. So Z0 is a 50 ohm. You take a normalized load and mark it on the Smith chart and to do this procedure, whatever I said, OA by OP. That gives the magnitude of reflection coefficient. To find the phase of this reflection coefficient, extend the line passing through the load point to the reflection coefficient angle scale. Measure the angle value. Okay, that gives the angle of reflection coefficient. Angle of reflection coefficient start from here. Okay, this is a 0 and it increases plus value, plus 10, 20, 30 like that. But if you go below, see, if you go below like this, Okay, it is 0 here, but it is minus 10, minus 20, because the angle may be negative also. Okay, so 10, minus 10, minus 20, minus 30, like that. And if you come like this, it is negative, minus 90, minus 80, minus 85, 90, minus 170, 180 here. Okay, similarly positive angle 170, 160, like this. Okay, so that is the way of measuring the reflection coefficient, magnitude, and phase from the Smith chart. Okay, we will see one more example. Okay, this is a VSWR circle. This is VSWR circle. Okay, whatever we are, that is, we have to draw a circle passing through the point here, load point. Take a distance from center of the Smith chart to OA as a radius and draw the circle. That is a VSWR circle. Okay, that I told in the previous class. Okay, this is for this example. This okay. Now we will consider one more example. So that is this one. This example, 15 plus J25. This is a load value, given load, not a normalized one. It is actual load is given. Characteristic impedance is 50 ohm. Okay, we will find a reflection coefficient and phase for this reflection coefficient for this. Okay, so for this you have to mark it on the Smith chart. So you have to find out a normalized load. So this is a normalized value, 0.3 plus j 0.5. Okay, you should mark it on the Smith chart. Okay, that is this point here. So what is this point? It is an intersection of 0.3 circle and 0.5 circle. Okay, reactance is a 0.5, resistance is a 0.3. So resistance circle 0.3 and intersection 0.5. So you move like this, move. Okay, starting from this point, 0.3 circle is this resistance circle, 0.3 resistance circle. Okay, so this resistance circle intersects with the 0.5 reactance circle. See, this is a 0.5 written here, is a 0.5 reactance circle. They are intersecting here. Okay, so this is a resistance circle. Resistance circle is this 0.3 circle, and this is the reactance circle. They are intersecting here. So I marked here. This is the point, load point on the Smith chart. Okay, so now to draw the, okay, that is a marking of load point. Afterwards, what we have to do? We have to draw a VSWR circle. To draw the VSWR circle, what we have to do? Take a radius as OB, and draw a circle. See this red color one. This red color. This is not. This is for previous problem. VSWR circle for previous problem. Okay. Now VSWR circle for now for this this one, red color one, for this load B. Okay, this is a VSWR circle, red color one. Okay, so this is load point. So now to find the reflection coefficient, okay, this is a marking, and draw the VSWR circle, that is a VSWR circle. Okay, next to find the reflection coefficient for corresponding to this load, and if you go for mathematical equation, ZL minus Z0, ZL plus Z0 we have to do. Okay, instead of that from the Smith chart, what we can do? Just you measure the distance from here, center of the Smith chart to load point. How many centimeters it is? In the scale, using scale you measure from here to here, because our load is now this one. How many centimeters? You put it as in the numerator. Next, OP remains the same for all my same Smith chart. If you use the same Smith chart, don't use other Smith chart. If you OP is here, from here to here again. Okay, this one. You take so if you take a different Smith chart, again you have to measure how many centimeters it is, because in the Xerox or printout, the chart may be enlarged, chart may be reduced in size, but don't take a same value, but measure it again from the center of the Smith chart to this last line. Okay, 0, R is equal to, okay, here. Okay, to this from center of the Smith chart to this R is equal to 0 circle, you draw a line, measure the distance from here to here, OP. Okay, for the whatever, wherever in R, whichever the Smith chart you are using, on that Smith chart you mark, on that Smith chart again you measure distance from center to here, that is you take it as a OP, and from center to load point, that is a OB. Take a ratio that gives the magnitude of reflection coefficient. And similarly, to find the one here, pi, we have to extend this load line. Load line we have to extend. See, this is the line. I have drawn some line passing through the load point. We extend it to this reflection coefficient scale. This is the reflection coefficient scale here. Okay, we extend up to that point. Okay, now we can see here, this is you have to measure always from here. Okay, it is 120 here, but it is not at 120, it is somewhere here. See here, it is behind that. So it is a 2 degrees. Every division is a 2 degree. So 122, 24, okay, 124 it is maybe approximately. Okay, this is 26, 28, this is 30, 130. Okay, so it is 120, this is 122, this is 124. So approximately the angle is 124 pi b. Okay, for this particular load. Previous problem, it is nearly 42 degrees, 42 degrees. But for this 124 degrees, because moving from here, this is each division is 2 degree. From here to here 2 degree, but it is not here, it is here. Little bit, but approximately can take. Okay, 124 degrees here. Okay, so like that reflection, this angle we can read easily from here. Similarly here also, reflect magnitude also, it is not very tough. Take a scale, measure the distance from here to here, measure the distance from here to here, take a ratio, you will be getting this value. Okay, so like that for any load we can get a reflection coefficient. And also VSWR also. Okay, VSWR we can easily find wherever this circle intersect at right side. Read the resistance value. Okay, resistance value that okay, we will see that once again. Okay, that itself is the VSWR value. So it is a 4 year. This is a 4 year. 4, and this circle is intersecting somewhere here. Okay, and 3.6, I think this is 3.6. Okay, that reflection, okay, we will see again. Now we just see what is the reflection coefficient, magnitude and the phase. So under VSWR circle, okay, this is the way doing a reflection coefficient, magnitude and the phase. Okay, okay, we will take one more example. See this one, this load. This is a load here. What is that load here? 0 plus J50 ohm. Is audible? Hello? Audible? Hello? Audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, load is
Yes,
0.
ma'am.
Okay, fine. 0 plus J50 ohm. Take a again to obtain a reflection coefficient of this. It is a reactive load. As we can see, resistive part is 0. Resistance value is 0. Only reactance part is there. Okay. So what we can do to obtain the reflection coefficient of this load, particular reactive load it is. Okay, you can see here, because resistance is anyway, it is some load is given, we have to find out a reflection coefficient for this. To do that, what we have to do, you have to normalize this and mark it on the Smith chart. Okay, so this is the normalized value, 0 plus J1, 50 50 here, so it is 1 J1. So what is this? It is this load appears as a point on the Smith chart. It is the intersection of R is equal to 0 circle and X is equal to 1. So you identify R0 circle and X1 circle. Okay, what is a 0 circle? R is equal to 0 circle. So this is the one last circle as we were seeing. This is R is equal to 0 circle. Okay, so this is R. This should intersect with the X is equal to 1 circle. So X value you see. Where are X values? Here are X values. These are the X values. So it is 0.5, okay, 0.6, 0.7, so 0.8, 0.9. These are the X circles. You see, X circle. This is a X circle. This is also X. 1.2 X circle. Resistance reactance circle. So our one circle is this. X is equal to 1 here. So this is a 1. So X R0 and X is equal to 1. They are intersecting here. So this is our load point here. Okay, so this marked load point marked here. Draw the VSWR circle. Draw the VSWR circle. Take a radius from 0 to C, OC. OC as a radius. Try a circle. So this is our VSWR circle. This blue color, whatever I shown, this is a VSWR circle. Okay. Next, to find the reflection coefficient for this particular load, you take this toe magnitude. Toe magnitude is given by, it is a ratio of distance from center of the Smith chart to load point. That is OC here. OC. From the center of the Smith chart to the load point, whatever the distance is there on the scale, on the Smith chart, you measure it. That is OC. Okay. Divided by, from the center of the Smith chart to the R is equal to 0 circle. This is R is equal to 0 circle. That is OP here. OP. OC divided by OP. What is the answer here? What is the reflection coefficient here? OC and OP. What is OC? What is OP? Are they equal? OC and OP? Hello? Hello? What is the reflection coefficient magnitude in this case? Sri Gauri, what is the answer? OC divided by OP. What is the value of OC? Is it equal to OP? Hello?
Yes.
Okay. So OC is equal to OP in this case, because from 0 here we measured up to this R is equal to 0, because our point C is on the R is equal to 0 circle. See, this is R is equal to 0 circle. Okay. R is equal to 0 circle. So R is equal to 0 circle, our point is on the R is equal to 0 circle. So OC, from here to here. And also this OP is also there, same, because OP we should take up to R is equal to 0 circle. Our OC is also on up to R is equal to 0 circle. So OC is equal to OP in this case. Okay, reactive load R is equal to. So in this case, reflection coefficient is 1. Reflection coefficient is 1. Okay, 1 means what? My entire wave is reflecting back from the load. Okay, what is reflection coefficient? This is a reflected wave divided by incident wave. Okay, so for this reactive loads, what happens? Reflection coefficient becomes 1, OC divided by OP. If reactive, only reactive load is there, if capacitor only there, inductor is only there, then what happens? Reflection coefficient is equal to 1, OC magnitude. Okay, that happens here. Okay, that's why I took this example. If load is on the R is equal to 0 circle, because distance we have to measure 0 to center of the Smith chart to load point, that is same as OP. Okay, but previous problems it is not like that. See, our load point is this previous problem. This is one. So distance from center of the Smith chart to point B is a OB. OB is this. This is lesser than this OP. OP. Okay, because our load point is here. Okay, so reflection coefficient is not 1, it is some value. But for this load, particular load, reflection coefficient may take 1, because this distance from here to here is OC. This is same as this OP. Okay, so we have to measure a distance from center of the Smith chart to load point, that is a OB. Similarly, for any load, see here OA divided by OP, this OP, okay, to the from the center of the Smith chart to R is equal to 0 circle. So like that you can find reflection coefficient. Okay. So you can do it easily instead of using a mathematical equation from the Smith chart. And also angle of reflection coefficient, here extend this line passing through the load point to the reflection coefficient scale, angle scale. This is the one extended here. It is intersecting with the 90 degree here, 90 degree. So 90 degree. Reflection coefficient value pi c is 90 degree. Okay, you can read it from the Smith chart, plus 90 degree, because here plus 90. If it is below, then it is minus 90, minus value. Okay, the point is here, it is a plus 90 degree. Okay, you got it? That is the way of finding reflection coefficient. Okay, next we will see how to find the this VSWR or standing wave ratio. Okay, as we know, VSWR it is obtained by, and also I told the importance of VSWR and all in the earlier classes. Okay, it's very important parameter, VSWR, reflection coefficient. Okay, so that VSWR 1 minus tau magnitude divided by 1 plus magnitude. Okay, it is I have not written in this slide, I think. What is how to find out a reflection, VSWR? It is 1 plus tau magnitude divided by 1 minus tau magnitude. Okay, that is the VSWR. See, there may be a question, find the reflection coefficient and VSWR. Okay, once we find the reflection coefficient, to find the VSWR, what we have to do? 1 plus tau magnitude divided by 1 minus tau magnitude. That we have to do. Okay, we will be getting the S value. S is equal to, or VSWR equal to 1 plus tau magnitude divided by 1 minus tau magnitude. That we have to do. Then we will be getting the value of VSWR. But from the speed chart we can find out that easily, instead of using that mathematical equation 1 plus tau magnitude divided by 1 minus tau magnitude. Okay, from the reflection coefficient we can find out that VSWR value. Okay, instead of that you can find it from Smith chart easily. Okay, to do that, what we have to do, see how to get a value of VSWR from the Smith chart. Okay, what we have to do, mark the load. Okay, again for example this one, same load. Okay, 70 plus J30 I have marked here, that is 1.4 plus J0.6 load value. We mark it on the Smith chart. This is the point A. Draw the VSWR circle. This is the VSWR circle. Okay, to find out the VSWR value for this particular load, what we have to do, from the load point, you move over the VSWR circle. See, like this, move over the VSWR circle. That means in the clockwise direction. Okay, this is nothing but moving on the transmission line towards the generator. Okay, so starting from load point, you move like this. Okay, while moving on the VSWR circle, you stop wherever you first time you meet the intersection of this VSWR circle with the right side of this Smith chart. See, this is the right side of the Smith chart. Okay, there is a horizontal line is there. This is a horizontal line on the horizontal center line passing through the center, horizontal line passing through the center of the Smith chart. See this one. This is a horizontal line passing through the center of the Smith chart. Okay, and wherever your load may be. Okay, from the load point you start moving. See, like this, moving like this. Okay, whenever you come across this VSWR circle, intersect with the horizontal line at the right side, this part, not this part, this way, this type, this side, this side. Okay, right side, you stop. This is the one, this is the point. Here it is intersecting. VSWR circle intersecting right side, this horizontal line. You stop here. Okay, you read the resistance value here or impedance value. What is the impedance value? You read here. Impedance value. What is the impedance value here? Impedance value at this position, it is the intersection of resistance circle and the reactance circle. Okay, you can see here what is the resistance value. Whichever the resistance circle passes through this point, that value you have to take. Okay, so now you see, hello, yes, someone is speaking. Hey, put off your mic. Hello, put off, one of you speaking, put off mic. Okay, is it audible? Hello, Rishabh, is it audible? Rishabh
Yes,
is
ma'am, audible.
okay.
Yes, ma'am, audible.
Okay, thank you. So if you move like this, it cuts the right side here, horizontal line, some point. You stop here. Okay, stop and read the impedance here. Okay, impedance value is resistance value here and the reactance value. Resistance value means you take a resistance circle value passing through this point. So see which resistance circle is passing through this point. See, this is the resistance circle passing through the point. Okay, that is around 1.8. See, 1.8 resistance circle. This is one circle, resistance circle. Okay, this circle value is 1.8. It is written. You read that 1.8 resistance value is 1.8. But what is the reactance value here? Which reactance circle passing through this point? You see, which reactance circle? Reactance circles means these. This is a reactance circle. See, this is a reactance circle. This is the reactance. This is a reactance circle. Okay, this reactance circle is not passing. This reactance circle is also not passing. The circle, this is also some one circle. This is also not passing. This is a reactance. See, and this is also reactance, but that is not passing. This reactance, actually that is associated with the zero value. See here, this is a zero reactance for horizontal line, or in the horizontal. See, these are all reactance circles. See, this. Okay, these are all reactance circles. These are reactance circles. Okay, reactance value decreases like this. If you, this is 0.1 reactance. Okay, here it is zero circle. Here coincides. Reactance value won't reduces here if you move like this. Okay, this is a 0.3. Okay, 0.3. Here is a 0.2. This is 0.1. Like this, if you come here, reactance value is 0 along this line. Okay, afterwards negative value starts. Okay, so this R is X is equal to 0. Reactance value is 0 here along this. X value is 0.1 here. X value is 0. X value is 0.2. Okay, so X value is 0 along this line. So X value is 0, but only we have a resistance 1.8. Okay, so this is a impedance here. Okay, so actually Z maximum, that is actually the maximum value of impedance you can observe on the transmission line. Okay, you see, if you move like this, impedance over the line, as I already told, moving over a VSWR circle. See, moving over VSWR circle, see, like this in the clockwise direction, it is nothing but moving over a transmission line. Okay, but on the transmission line, if you move like this, we cannot read the values, impedance variations. But from the Smith chart, you can read that impedance variations. See, like this, you can read, because wherever you stop, you take a resistance value, reactance value, that gives the impedance at that particular position. So you are moving like this, we stopped here, we find here. So as we move like this, impedance changes. Okay, you can read those values, you can observe. As we move like this, we are coming across many values, impedance values. Okay, and all those values, okay, like this. Okay, as we move over here, impedance changes here. Okay, like this. And after traveling a distance of lambda by 2, again the values repeats. That is nothing but like this. So moving from here, you move like this. Okay, all possible impedance. Out of all those possible values, see, whenever this VSWR circle cuts the right side, we can observe there exists a maximum impedance value. You take a value here, you measure the value here, anywhere, but the impedance measured here is the highest value. Okay, over this VSWR circle, because impedance here you can read anywhere over this, is just an intersection of resistance circle and the reactance circle value. You take that value, compare with this. Okay, all those values whatever you observe here are lesser than this 1.8. Similarly, if you go behind also, see, like this, we go anywhere over here, starting from load. Okay, you go like this, over this, impedance value changes. Okay, like this, and you note down all the values, you are observe all the values. It is not possible to note down, just observe all the values. All those values are lesser than the value at this position. You take up a value here or anywhere. Okay, all those impedance values are lesser than the impedance value here. So this is the highest value of impedance you can observe on the transmission line. So as you move like this, impedance takes a maximum value. Where it takes a maximum value? At maximum voltage position. Okay, maximum voltage is there, or that maximum impedance is there. Okay, And this is the highest value of impedance we can observe on the Smith chart, as on the transmission line as we move like this. Okay, and minimum impedance observes at this minima position. Okay, and all other values are intermediate between the minimum value and the maximum value. Okay, so we don't know what is the minimum maximum value. Okay, that we can easily find out from Smith chart. Okay, see like this, you move from here. Okay, and move over the VSWR circle and stop here. This is the highest value. You can take some few values, some values here, some values here, and compare with this value. This is the highest value. Okay, so you take this is a Z maximum. Z max, read whatever it is the value here, you can note down that as a Z maximum value. Okay, and it is normalized because on the Smith chart whatever you read, that is the normalized impedance. Okay, so you Z maximum whatever you get, that is a normalized impedance. Okay, now it is 1.8 because x is equal to 0, it is intersecting here. X value is 0 along this horizontal line, R value is this circle value, that is 1.8. So our value Z maximum is 1.8. To get an actual value, multiply this by Z naught. 1.8 multiplied by Z naught, we will be getting the actual value. Okay, so impedance, maximum impedance at a V maxima is this value 1.8 multiplied by Z naught. Okay, this is a normalized impedance. And one thing you can observe here, see that Z maximum, normalized Z maximum itself is the reflection coefficient, VSWR. See, hello. Okay, so this here, see here, Z maximum, normalized Z maximum is R naught into S. Okay, that Z maximum itself, normalized value of Z maximum itself equal to the, yes, you take this is actually R naught into S, we derived this Z maximum value we derived. Okay, how to get a normalized value of Z maximum, you divide this by R naught. If you do divide this by Z R naught, what do we get? Yes. Okay, this is a yes, normalized, this is actual Z maximum value. Okay, if you normalize this, what do you get? Normalize means divide this by this R naught, assuming lossless line. Okay, so it is a yes. Z maximum itself is a yes value. So from the Smith chart, you read a Z maximum. That itself is equal to VSWR. See here from this equation, normalized value of Z maximum itself is equal to the VSWR also. Need not to calculate it from the equation 1 plus tau magnitude 1 minus tau magnitude. What we have to do, just to start from the load point and move in the clockwise direction like this. Whenever you intersect VSWR circle intersect with the horizontal line at the right side. Okay, right side of this Smith chart, you stop here. Read whatever the value here. Okay, note down that is a normalized Z maximum. That also equal to VSWR. See like 1.8. What is the VSWR value? 1.8. What is the Z maximum? That is also 1.8. Okay, but to get an actual value of Z maximum, you should multiply this by Z naught. But VSWR remains the same. You should not multiply. VSWR is normalized value of Z maximum 1.8. VSWR is 1.8 only. But actual value of Z maximum is 1.8 multiplied by Z naught. Okay, but this is 1.8 is normalized Z maxima, and it is also equal to normalized Z maxima is equal to VSWR also 1.8. So you can easily do that VSWR from the Smith chart. Okay, instead of using that equation for any load, you can do that. Okay, for example, this load. Okay, this is a load here. This is a load here. This is the load B, second one. Okay, second other load. Okay, I marked at it already. We studied in the previous problem, reflection coefficient. This is a VSWR circle. This is the VSWR circle. To find the VSWR value, what we have to do? Start from the load, that is S value or VSWR value. What we have to do? You should move from load point. Load point, you move like this, clockwise direction. Move, and wherever it intersect right side of the Smith chart, horizontal line. See this horizontal line, right side. You stop here. You stop. Measure whatever the impedance here. Actually, that resistance value only we will be getting here. Okay, that is a Z maximum itself. Okay, for this example, it is 3.8. You see, this is a 4. R is equal to 4 circle. This is R is equal to 4 circle. It is at a one circle behind that. Okay, so that is here. This is 3, this is a 4. 3 circle is this. R is equal to 3 circle. This is a 1. Okay, R is equal to 4 circle is this. R is equal to 4 circle. Oh sorry, okay, this is 3.6. As I said, it is not 1 division, 2 division. See, this is 1 division, this is 2 division. Okay, so this is a 3.8, 3.6, sorry, 3.4, 3.2, 3. Sorry, 3.3. This is 3, 3.2, 3.4, 3.6. I did a mistake here. So this is a 3.6. Okay. So that is a 3.6 here. This is 4 here, 4 circle. This is the 3 circle. So where is that circle? It is here. So that is a 3.6 here, VSWR value. Okay. Z maxima is normalized value of Z maxima is also 3.6. Okay. So like that for this particular load, Z maxima is 3.6. This is because this is a VSWR circle. Over this circle we should move like this. Whenever this VSWR circle intersect, here you stop and read the value here. That is always a resistance on the horizontal line here. Okay, so this is a VSWR and also Z normalized Z maximum. So like this, for any value you can read the VSWR value. Okay, and also Z maximum. Okay, so another example. See, this is one more example for this load. Reactive load, some reactive load is there. Okay, so this is a marking, we studied already this. Okay, what is the value of Z maxima and VSWR? Okay, you move like this, move over this circle. This is a point, VSWR circle is this. This is the VSWR circle, but from the load should move in the clockwise direction like this. Okay, wherever this circle intersect right side, see it is intersecting here, you stop here, you stop here. Read the value of resistance. What is the value of resistance here? Don't take this R is equal to 0 because it is a infinity here. You should this intersection with the circle here as a value here, it is not a 0 Z maximum, it is a infinity. Okay, infinite circle. As a value increases here, it intersecting somewhere here. Okay, infinite circle is there here, R value. Okay, R is equal to infinity. VSWR is also infinity. Okay, at this position. Okay, so this is R is equal to 0 here, but R is equal to infinity here at this position. Okay, so like that you can don't confuse like R is equal to 0 circle and also infinity circle means infinity circle is very very small and radius. It is a point here. This is R is equal to 50. This is R is equal to 20. R is equal to 10. R is equal to infinity coinciding here. That value you should take. So infinity, Z maximum is infinity, VSWR is infinity. For this load, see, we just draw the VSWR circle and move. Okay, and stop wherever it intersect. Okay. Hello, audible? Hello, is it audible? Hello, Kaveshri, audible? Kaveshri.
Yes, ma'am.